just want to sit here.
Oopa!
I mean, you guys can just keep going. I think we're just here for it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good to be here in Tampa. Orlando's a hop, skip, and jump for me.
Welcome to Tampa Bay Comic-Con, everybody. And the panel that I personally have been looking forward to the entire time. What about you guys? Right? I mean, to sit across from these faces, like I'm in heaven right now. Friendly reminders, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and line up against the wall. We have a microphone. Be respectful. If you want hugs and autographs, please, they're going to be at your booths all weekend. This is the opportunity to ask your die-hard questions, your deep cuts, and have fun with it, because this family is fun. Yeah.
No, we're boring.
Oh, you're so boring. I mean, I kind of know, Joey and I have circulated for about 25 years, so this is the first time I get to do something professionally here.
Yep.
You're welcome. And Mia, my God, this is your first Comic-Con?
It is. I'm here because Joey and I saw each other in New York in January. We were both doing theater, and Joey told me about this in the summertime and said it can be a lot of fun and you get to meet people and people who like our movies, etc., etc. And the basic reason I'm here is because I do anything Joey says.
Because I do anything Nia says.
That's right.
It's a mutual respect.
When I wrote My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 and we were going up to Toronto to film it, you didn't even read the script.
No, I thought I died. You read the script, I'm like, no, do I die? I'm like, no, you're gay. I'm like, cool.
On the plane, I was like, your character comes out, and he goes, all right.
I guess I do.
That's it. That was it.
I mean, you are a powerhouse, Nia, and Joey too, of course. Like, we're not going to leave you out here, but you've written everything. You've produced. You've performed. Like, how do you balance that kind of lifestyle? Like, to go from one mindset to the other?
That's an interesting question because
Thank
I do believe you have to compartmentalize. Like when you're dancing and you're singing at the same time, you basically have to learn the steps so well, right?
Yeah, but I think yours is definitely a lot harder because when you're acting, you're actually on set, but then all of a sudden, after you take that take, you have to go around, look at the monitor, make sure everything's all right. Not only do you have to, look at yourself, but make sure, okay, am I good with the scene? How's the lighting? How's the color correction? You have to think of all of that stuff, which is insane, and also write the script and be a part of it. So yeah, I think that's a lot more difficult, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, it is difficult, but I think when you have the practice and you do it, not to say that it becomes second nature, but it becomes where it becomes a tool and you're able to use it a lot stronger than most.
Thank you. It actually informed my writing. Writing My Big Fat Greek Wedding 1 was just me trying to get a job. I was in Los Angeles.
I think you have a good career from that.
My agent had dropped me. Yeah, my agent dropped me. Yeah, she said, get ready. Ready? She said, you're not pretty enough to be a character actor, to be an actress, and you're not fat enough to be a character actress. And remember, she said, enough. And I was like, I'm fat. I'm sorry.
I say that all the time.
Yeah, that's not a bad word. I was like, yeah. And so I remember thinking, people will tell you your whole life that you're not enough of something. And in my family, if you were funny and good and decent, you were enough. Yeah.
Just want to clarify that.
I wrote the first one. Joey and I met. We played cousins, obviously, and we became fast friends. And we're very close with the cast, which is just a gift. And sometimes, I was just telling somebody this who came to the booth, and thank you for coming. When I was writing number 2, I remember thinking, like I could feel you sitting on the edge of my desk, and I feel the characters are with me at all times. I told you that, yeah. And I remember thinking, like it's almost like you're saying to me, like you would say in real life, you'd be like, hey, I haven't talked for a couple of scenes.
No, I just need to be in the background. I'm okay with that. What's going on? No, you know what? It is truly amazing to be able to do a film like this and not knowing where it's going to go when you first do it. Of course, independent film, ridiculous, grossed the highest ever, 280 million in theaters alone.
Is that it?
One of the biggest romantic comedies of all time. Yes. To my own horn, but it was just amazing to be able to do the second one and the third one years later and I've never got a chance to do something like that. You always hear about these sequels or, whatever the case may be for different films. And to come back, and again, it was like no time has passed.
Yeah.
We jumped right into it, had a blast. I don't think you can get us to shut the heck up anytime on set.
That's okay.
I directed the third one, and I swear to God, all I had to keep saying on set was, could you get everyone to quiet down?
Well, there was an infamous interview.
You know.
Yeah, and John Corbett said he would yell at everybody, just be quiet, and then you were just like, guys, can you just, and everyone would listen to you. They're a powerhouse.
Craziest thing, because my child is here today, and nobody in my household listens to me.
You too?
It's nice to be the director, because everybody listens to you. I love directing number 3.
And you're a trailblazer. This is an indie film that has just skyrocketed and caused all sorts of fan canon. Yeah, you guys can clap for that. And I mean, it's propulsed everyone's career. Like, and Joey, you really started to act throughout this too. And you know, you are kind of going from performing in a boy band to be able to get it here. And you're the king of guest star. Every time I turn on my TV, Joey's face is there.
Yeah.
Every time.
Also, Joey was under contract not to tell us when you were on The Masked.
Oh yeah, the
Masked Singer.
Anyone watch that?
First season.
Whenever Joey's in town, you text our group, and then Gia, who plays cousin Nikki, and Louie, who plays the brother Nick, we all go for dinners. Whoever's in town, Lainey Kazan plays the mom, who's ever in town. And none of us clued in that Joey was in town a lot. And then I'm watching The Masked Singer, and I go, what the?
Could you not tell it was his voice?
No.
Oh, see, no offense, the minute you opened your mouth under that mask, I was like, that's Joey.
Oh.
It is,
Well, I
but
appreciate it.
that's a good thing.
So nice.
Usually people are like, oh, that's that guy from the NSYNC dude. And I'm okay with it, it's all right. But yeah, that was interesting. It's always fun to do stuff like that, you know, saying I'm kind of like the lady of the evening, so to say. On shows, I go out and do everything, because it's fun. You know, I'm always the guinea pig.
You're a wanted man.
Yeah,
You're a wanted woman.
But I love doing the people are always like certain celebrities when they first hear like literally we got the first thing as far as doing the first season of Masked Singer, people are like singing, wearing costumes, that's dumb. And then literally they see the first season, they're like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. And then you see all these people start wanting it. It's the funniest thing, but I get it. But again, I love doing things like that in the first round. Dance When It Starts, I did season 4. It's like season 30 something now. I have no idea. It's ridiculous.
Every 2 weeks.
But yeah, those kind of things. I just like those kind of things. I love doing. I know people always ask about reality shows. No. I'll do fun competitions, but not like Skating with the Stars. I'm not doing that either.
I mean, you did Dancing with the Stars, though.
We actually, yeah, you did great on it. We actually got offered My Big Fat Greek Family as a reality show right after the first movie, that we'd all be going out to learn how to work a farm. Yeah, we all
See,
did
now
not
you
say
say
no
now,
fast.
I want to do that. Now
I would be up for that.
But then, but I do
Can I be a cousin?
Exactly. But I was like, I don't think it would be funny because we're Greek and Italian. We know how to milk a goat.
Right. 100%.
Yeah. But you know what I want to say too? Right after My Big Fat Greek Wedding, I remember you did Broadway. You were in Rent.
Rent, yeah.
That was incredible.
That's such a long time ago.
I mean, you just wrapped in Juliet like 3 days ago?
Yeah. The funny part about that was too is everybody was like, "Wow, this is amazing! You know, your first Broadway debut." And I'm like,
Rent.
it was well over 20 years ago.
Let's see, Rent, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. I also did off Broadway. I did The Producers, 42nd Street, and Rock of Ages as well.
And Mia, you're no stranger to the stage as well.
Yeah, I wrote a play called Tiny Beautiful Things, and I did a ton of musicals before that, and I love theater. My adage
Just did a play in Greece though too.
Yes, we just did Tiny Beautiful Things in Greece.
That's so awesome.
In Greek.
In Greek, right?
In Greek.
That's cool.
Yeah. You know what? My boyfriend is Greek, and he co-directed with me, and he also did the translation. I know when you say my boyfriend is Greek, people go, that tracks. Anyway, and I did the entire play in Greek, and there was no escaping, because when your boyfriend is in the house, you have to rehearse. So yeah, we did it in Greece, in Greek.
Do you want to give us a line from that on the spot?
On the spot,
Or anything in Greek?
anything in Greek?
Yeah,
there you go. Epotria Archidia means I have 3 testicles. There you go.
See, I think I was the only Italian non-Greek in the show, almost in the cast, besides John.
Yeah.
Corbett. Like legit, everybody's Greek and they're talking. I'm like, I have no idea what y'all saying.
We said, here's the thing that happened to me when I first got to LA. The agent who had dropped me said there aren't any Greek roles, and therefore there's nothing for you to audition for. Which is why I set out to write a movie, as I said, thinking I could play a cousin. But when we were auditioning actors, I said, I don't want that same restriction that was applied to me to be applied to people who are coming into audition. So if they look Greek, if they are Spanish or Italian, anything close to Greek, if they have enjoyed a Greek salad, they can audition. It's fair. Welcome.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I find it fascinating too. So I'm Jewish, and I've listened to a couple of interviews that you've actually done, where I'm sure most people are familiar. Jewish families, Greek families, Italian families, all the same. All the same, and not in a bad way. All very loud.
Obnoxious. We all have that uncle.
It's all that uncle. Yeah. I think it is that it's every family of ours where the dad thinks he's in charge, but it's the mom. That's what I think.
100%. Girl power. Yes, but the way that you've written the characters is so important too, because everyone's so independent. And I mean, even when Joey came out of, well, not Joey, but Joey's character came out. But even when he came out, it was natural. There was no questions. It was accommodating. Like, I watch this movie on the regular, and to research for today, I watched everything all over again. And it resonates so well because 23 years ago, when this first movie came out, I was like, oh wow, I could totally see myself in that family, and I could see myself as Tula, and I could go through this. And now, I mean, I'm not a parent, but I see those struggles, and I see it amongst my friends, and we've been able to kind of grow up through your eyes, which is really incredible. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was amazing as far as, even if you don't know, the second one, I do come out in a sense, but it was interesting because we even had a conversation about it, and I remember she even told me, she's like, she wanted to do it, but the first movie wasn't ready yet. The second time around, yeah, I got water, don't worry about it. I got a person in my throat. Frog, never mind. One person got it, thank you. Anyway, so where was I? I just went.
And the first movie I wanted to write a gay character.
Yes!
And
so anyway, the cool thing about it is I've actually had experience in that sense, like Lance and a very, very close friend of mine, my friend Richie, I've known since kindergarten. It's in the sense of what happens when you are trying to talk to your family about something like that that's very important to you, and you're afraid to say something because you're not sure what the reaction is going to be. And you know, with that kind of thing, you know, in a sense of a mother's tuition, they kind of know. And that was the feeling in the sense with my mother in the film, you know, played by Andrea Martin, who's absolutely amazing, yes. And it was just that whole lighthearted, and the same thing, she's like, I don't want to make this thing a big deal. It's basically, this is what, and this is what happened in your family as well, if I'm not mistaken. So by experience, and I'm kind of like, you know what, that's kind of what happened with my friends. Like with Lance too, it was kind of like, how do I have this conversation with my parents and my family to kind of let them know this is how I am, this is how I feel. And you know, it's a nerve-wracking thing. I mean, even being on that set, to even have that conversation, to put myself in that situation, was hard to do. It really was. So I mean, I understand where they're coming from, of the insecurities of getting the rejection, or hopefully not rejection, of your family, and going, okay. And, you know, one of my best friends, the best ever, I've known Richie, his mother's straight out of the boat Italian. When he told him that he was gay, he's like, you gotta get him out of the cult. He's in a cult. She thought that he was in a cult, that was hysterical. And she had and now everything is fine, but did not know and did not be educated on certain things. You know what I mean? As far as love is what I feel like.
Love is love. I love
that. It is what it is. But again, it's one of those things where it was very heartfelt to do that scene.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day because Andrea Martin, who can crack a joke about anything. She plays the Aunt Bula, the aunt with the lump on her neck, and you played it so beautifully that day. And if you remember, I'm not in that scene. It's the two of them talking, and I'm far away in the scene in another area. And I just got to watch something unfold, because I tried to just put little messages of tolerance and love into my movies. Tolerance and love of just everyone. Everyone, you know, we all are different, and I don't think we should be the same at all. I mean, there's only one you. Everybody else is taken. Be you. I do believe that the things that I write, everybody feels. If 10% of the population is gay, then of course Tula has a gay cousin. And that's why I wanted to write it. And then, since then, I have met so many of you telling me your stories. I love someone saying to me, I'm Scottish, and I married someone from Peru. And then they tell me the story, and I just think I have to keep writing these movies.
Yes. I mean, are there any plans to write some more?
Well, every time we see each other, we think about it.
Yeah.
I think I should. I'm never going to say never, honestly.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah. I mean, you guys have had...
There could be my big fat gay wedding.
Exclusive.
There's nothing louder than both.
It'll be fabulous.
Now, did you, when you guys were performing, when you were writing, did you ever think that this movie and this franchise would ever have this kind of impact?
No.
At first, no.
No.
I think seeing it, no lie, it sat on the shelf for almost 2 years, correct me if I'm
It
wrong.
did.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I kept asking, can I at least see the movie? And I never saw it. Finally, I got a VHS handed to me. This is how old it was, a VHS handed to me. And I watched it and I was like, this is absolutely amazing. You know, I didn't get a chance to see it in its entirety, obviously. It's the only scenes I was in, I saw. But the full edit and everything, I was like, this is, and it even reads even better in the theater. That's
Yeah.
another thing.
Yeah.
You can watch it on TV, which is absolutely great, but watching it in the theater is by far probably one of the best. You get to see everything. You know what I mean?
I love so much that all these movies are coming out now. Minecraft came out, and it was in the theater. Best Viewed in the Theater, right? And Fantastic Four and Superman. Movies, I believe, are best viewed in the theater. At the same time, it's expensive to get a sitter, and I respect that. And so I believe in day and date releases. I think if you want to watch a movie at home and you can't afford a sitter, I think it should be available to you. And if you want to see it at the theater because you love the smell of burnt popcorn, you should. That's your right.
Sticky floors. No, I think that's great. That is so important. Thank you for that, because I went to film school. And it was so important to go experience something in person because, and especially coming from the theater world too, you're in a room like we all are right now, we're experiencing the same kind of energy, we're all getting the goosebumps, we're all crying, we're all yelling at the screen and throwing banana peels, whatever it is, but we're experiencing it together, and I think having that experience, you're paying for the experience, not just see it on film, but you're being driven to go see that there or go see something on stage.
Yeah, sometimes you can't do it. I mean, I definitely know when my child was young, it was difficult for me to leave for 4 hours, and also the financial aspects of going to movies. I wish we could bring those prices down at the same time, pay ushers.
I miss the dollar theater.
What's that?
The dollar theaters, do you guys ever have those? They were like $1,
Dollar
right?
theaters.
Am I showing my age right now?
Those were the best.
Do they still have them? I know every once in a while.
I think there's one in Altamont Springs, hashtag play.
Now that's like $5 theater, I think.
Yeah,
it's fine.
fair enough.
Inflation.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get some questions. We've got a good amount of people standing. If we can have our first question asker. What's your name? What's your question? I see the Anne Juliet shirt, so that's awesome.
Oh my God, look at that shirt.
Right.
I love
For those that don't know, Anne Juliet created custom Anne Juliet I Heart Joey shirts just for his run.
Hello, my name's Hillary. I love your movies, and I'm a die-hard Joey fan. I was wondering what the likelihood of seeing the both of you on stage together for a musical.
Ooh.
Wow, that's an excellent question.
You never know, to be
I'm
honest
in.
with you. I mean, that'd be fun.
That would be very, very fun. I like to harmonize. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, thank you. That's an
Yeah, I
excellent
think
question.
it'd be kind of fun. I mean, even that, I even, oddly enough, started talking to, weirdly enough, oddly, Jonathan Silver. Remember Johnny Silver?
Yes.
We started talking about something, and I said, you know, it'd be kind of interesting if we did something like The Odd Couple, a new version of The Odd Couple. And it was a Broadway show, short stint, or something like a play like that. Maybe we can do or something.
That is fun.
Maybe we could be The Odd Couple.
I like it. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, what about a My Big Fat Greek Wedding Broadway show?
Yeah. Oh, that's, yes.
That's an undertaking.
Yes.
Right. Just curious.
Long gestating.
Right. Hi, what's your name? What's your question?
Hey, I'm Kim. Hi, Heather. How you doing? Hi, Joey. I love you so much, but my question's for Nia.
Go ahead.
I'm a sketch comedy actress, and I'm in the bare bones of creating my own one-woman show. So my question is more like, when you have all these crazy ideas kind of rooted around, how do you make it cohesive in a way that's has a specific message and is entertaining for people?
That's an excellent question. In the same way that you just posed your question, and I'm sure you had many offshoots of the question that you could ask, it's that. It's storytelling. And often when we're telling a story, we write it very big and ungainly and large. Write it, get it down on paper, and then winnow later. And I print it out old school because I believe the brain processes a different way than scrolling. So after you write it, print it. First, hold it against your cheek, warm from the printer, and go, I wrote this. And celebrate that, and then go through it and be ruthless with a red pen and take out the things that aren't furthering your story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is something. Well, I mean, when you resonate with something, it's your child. You're giving birth to it, you're having it, you're holding it. You have to kind of raise the child, but it's got to be hard to see sometimes where you're like, oh, I need to change this. I need to be able to do this. How do you stay motivated throughout that, though?
Usually my first draft is approximately 180 pages. A film is 111 pages, which works out to 90 minutes on screen. So from 180, you just have to be ruthless and that focus. I don't believe that you really have to focus. I just believe you have to say to yourself, I'm going to write this. So give yourself 2 hours a day where you sit down and write. Turn off your phone, turn off your Wi-Fi, and write.
Love that. Thank you. Next question. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Barbara,
Hi, Barbara.
and my question is for Joey, one musician to another. This question is from my elder daughter, Anicia, and she asks, if you could go back and do it all again, would you join Backstreet Boys instead?
Now, wait, is my question though, is NSYNC around or was just Backstreet around? Because Backstreet came out first before we did. We weren't in a group before. So if someone just came up to me and said, hey, you want to be in a group? I probably would be with the Backstreet. However, if I was with NSYNC before Backstreet, I'd say, go F yourself, I'm not doing that. So it depends on the question of time period, I guess I would say.
It's about at the same time.
They were about a few years before we were.
I know, but my girls...
No.
I got it. They became NSYNC fans because my husband and I...
Appreciate that. Yeah, no, you know what, who knows? But funny enough, I was in other groups prior to. I was in a group in high school with 3 other guys. A buddy of mine named Eric, this other kid named Joel, but the other guy that you probably may know is Luis Fonsi, who's the kid that sings Despacito. Despacito. Was in an a cappella group from 9th grade all the way up until my senior year. He's been one of my best friends, still hang out with him to this day. So oddly enough, he became and did something. I was with another group prior to that, after that I should say. There was another kid in it called, his name was Drew, and he happened to be in Encino, which is an Orlando-based group. So everybody that I've kind of worked with other groups, it kind of happened now, but weirdly enough, it never, maybe they didn't like me from the Backstreet Band, they didn't want me, but whatever. I'm good with NSYNC. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm jealous. Thank you. Don't get me wrong, I'm jealous they're in the sphere of the Sons of Biatches, but it's okay. Thank you.
I don't think we'd want it any other way. Hi, next question.
Hi, my name is Annalise, and this is a question for both of you.
Wait, isn't your daughter's name Annalisa? Barbara? Anicia. All right, I'm good now. I'm good. Thank you.
I wanted to ask, out of Nick, Nikki, and so on, and who's your favorite character?
Angela.
Who's your favorite?
I actually love writing for everybody, to be honest. I love writing because Joey has big dreams. Angela's character has big dreams, so that's the optimistic side of me. I love writing for the character of Nick because he's always in trouble, which is the middle child side of me. And I love writing for Andrea Martin, who plays Aunt Bula, because that's the dirty-minded side of me.
Yeah, she's probably my favorite too.
So instead of Herman's head, it's Mia's head. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. And that's a good point too. There's so many cousins, there's so many people. You know, Joey comes in and he's pretty well known amongst the cast. And everyone's like, oh, it's Joey from NSYNC. When you were writing for Joey, and Joey, when you were performing, do you think that you were able to prepare yourself, Joey, as far as being like the crazy fans, the like really good determined fans, and Nia, when you were writing, where you're like, I'm gonna have to keep this guy kind of tamed in because he's the boy band guy coming in?
It was, you know what the funny part about it is and how this even came about was Playtone, which is the production company, which is owned by Tom Hanks and Gary Gensman. We met them with NSYNC and tried to come up with an idea, almost like a Beatles help or some sort of Grease, if you will. And this is, of course, back in the day, we had pipe dreams where NSYNC could be like the Grease, the T-Birds, we'd have the Backstreet Boys, Britney could be, you know, Sandy, Sandra Dee. This was the dumb ideas that we had. But he wanted to do more like a Beatles help, Tom Hanks wanted to. So we never really agreed upon what we wanted to do, but always thought about doing something. And we had a nice rapport, at dinner at his house and stuff like that. So one day I actually happened to go over to the studio in the office, actually, where they're doing just office work, really. And I walk in there, and this woman by the name of Wendy, who we became friends with, is like, hey, they're doing this audition right now. You'd actually be really good for this part. It's called My Big Fat Greek Wedding. You'd be great as a cousin because it's not a big part. If you actually happen to get the job, you could do that while you're recording your album with NSYNC. I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I walk in the room, there's a casting lady and Nia there. I guess the casting lady kind of knew who I was kind of like, okay, this guy has no acting ability, doesn't know anything of any kind of whatever. And I was like, okay, I read the sides, I went in, I half-assed it because I was like, I don't even know if this is gonna happen, I don't even know what this is about. Meet Nia, and I walk out the door and that was it. And I was like, okay, great. And they called me up and go, you got the part, start in Toronto. I was like, what? So literally I came into this set and it was like, here's your mother, here's your father, that's your aunt, that's your uncle, this is Nia, this is so
20 cousins, right?
You got the lines, good, let's go. And I was like,
But there's something that you might not remember. When we filmed it in Toronto, and when we were there, John Corbett and Joey Fatone, all of us became very, very fast friends. John Corbett plays the husband in the movies. And we found out that Joey could not stay under his real name at the hotel because we were like, why? And Joey goes, you know, because women knock on my door. And so John
would find out, it's not just women, but people would find out where they were, and they'd call and literally like, hello, is this Joey?
Yeah, they called his room. And John Corbett found that out, and so John Corbett went down to the front desk and changed his name on his room to Joey Fatone.
Oh, that's amazing.
Johnny.
Next question, please. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Ryan. This is Josh.
Josh.
We're Greek Macedonian Italians, so
Nice.
we wanted to come see you guys because I don't think we've ever seen you guys until now. It's kind of funny because my family was your family in the wedding, and my wife's family was your husband's
Gotcha.
wedding.
Yeah.
Dry bun cake, all this stuff. We didn't know how to have them celebrate with us. So my cousins just started drinking beer, drinking wines, throwing things everywhere. They're just staring at us like we got like a hole in our head or something like that. I mean, it's so much fun. My question is, I am like a full-time employee and script dream guy, so I'm writing a Macedonian and Greek movie,
Right.
like where they have neighbors beside each other.
Yeah.
And would it be good to like try to incorporate the 80s when it was more family-ish than it is now with cell phones and...
People love nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm trying to say that historians say that the sides never are equal, but they don't like each other for certain reasons over there. So I wanted to have like the Greeks and the Macedonians be neighbors, and they have to deal with each other and their the way of life. And I can just incorporate all my family, but have my family that was realistic, like I have past 10 years now.
Okay, so I think the first adage of writing is write what you know.
Yeah.
And you know that time period, huh?
Yeah. When we didn't have cell phones, we had TV dinners on Sundays and
Yeah.
family.
You got it.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Yeah,
And that's
on the
what you
same
should
road,
write.
yeah.
Yeah. Just write it. Don't ever worry about if it's going to get made or anything because the experience of having written it will be so largely satisfying, again, when it comes out of your printer. And so write what you know, and you know that time period. That's my advice.
Yeah. Plus I
What
want
does
to
that smell when you take it out?
Oh, what is what you smell.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and good luck to you.
Hey, Brad.
Hi.
How are you two? Name's Jake.
Hi.
Name's Jake, and I've grown up with NSYNC, so obviously you, of course, JT is the.
Appreciate that.
But you're still great, Joey.
Thank you. It's all
and
good.
also, I want to also bring out Italian American myself, so I
Nice.
do really like that you brought that up. It's also interesting that you are Angie in Star vs. the Forces of Evil.
Me?
Oh, your voiceover work,
Yes,
yeah.
I am.
And then my question though is really for Joey.
Uh-huh.
And what's it like voicing in a sea cucumber named Carl in a Finding Nemo ripoff, Izzy's Way Home?
Where are you pulling this out of your butt? Because I did do that. He's not wrong. I forget. Meaning, it's a cartoon. Yeah, I thought it was so cute. Isn't it cute though? I thought it was cute. Basically, you know, some people you get calls and they're like, "Hey, we got this cartoon." They show you the cartoon character. This would be like, blah blah blah. Would you like to do it? Yes or no? And those films are so much fun. They really are. No matter what the budget is, whether it's big or small, those are so much fun to do. You just get to be creative and have a little sea cucumber character.
I know. It's true.
That's awesome. But yeah, it was a blast. I think it was fun. I've done even back in the day, I did when Disney did Higglytown Heroes, JoJo Circus I did a voice for as well. Shorty McShorts, there was another thing I did from that. It was a whole bunch of stuff. It's been a blast. Yeah, Robot Chicken. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, Robot Chicken. Love it.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you have done. Do you feel like that you're getting recognized as Angie Diaz, like by kids or kids recognizing your voice?
Yeah. I remember when I got the call to be in Star vs. the Forces of Evil. It's the exact same thing as your question there. You never know what it's going to turn out to be, and then it just became such a phenomenon. And plus, I think it was Disney XD's first show, so that was pretty great. And then I got to be on DuckTales and all these different shows. I know.
And a guest appearance on Chucky.
Oh yeah, I got to be on Chucky. I got to murder myself on Chucky. But actually, when I was on Wonder Woman Bloodlines, that was such an exciting call to get. And I went into the studio and they always have an animatic first where they've drawn sort of a pencil drawing of you. And I walked into the studio, all I knew was I was invited to be on Wonder Woman Bloodline. And I walked into the studio and there was this beautiful goddess up on the screen and I went, oh, I'm finally get to be a goddess. And the sound tech came in like to put on my mic and he looked up at the screen and he goes, oh, that's not you, this is you. He puts up this old lady and I go, that's fair, that's fair. That's okay with me. Yeah.
But you are a Greek goddess. Hi, what's your next one?
Hi, I'm Katie, and I like to cook, and I want to know your secret for the best tzatziki.
That's out of my league.
I know that draining the cucumber.
Don't look at me.
You gotta squish. Okay, you know when you cut the cucumber, you gotta squish it in your hands over the sink.
Okay.
You gotta get all that water out and then put it back into the sour cream. And that's how you do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, by the way, no tzatziki, it's got so much garlic in it, no tzatziki before a first date. Thank you.
And Joey, you've had a little bit of experience cooking. You had Fat Ones.
Yeah, I just don't make.
Short-lived, sad.
Yes, I had a Fat Ones hot dog place, which hopefully is going to be opening up somewhere soon. Can't give it away yet, but if it does, I'm praying it does. But it's going to be in Orlando somewhere. It's going to be great and exciting. I'll let you know when. Trust me, you'll find out. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. I got to like suckered into cooking somewhere, shape or form, and then start doing competitions. I did Chop. I was hosting a show called Rewrap, which was on Food Network. So that's a fun realm. It's a different thing to be out of my comfort zone. I mean, I love to cook, so to come out of my comfort zone, now and thank you of teaching me how to make tzatziki's and how to make it.
Do they wash their hands before they squish out the cucumber?
I'm sorry?
I'm asking you if when they squish the cucumber, are you washing your hands first?
Of course.
Yeah, we're good.
No, it's great.
Yes, we're super clean. We're clean. I mean, we don't just use
Windex? Okay.
Right.
everything. We're like clean people, yeah. You can always tell when a Greek mother has gone through a house because there isn't a speck of dust anywhere.
I wish my mother was Greek then. She could come to my house.
Yeah.
I make pretty good tzatziki. I got like Wreck-It Ralph hands.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christy. I'm from Orlando. And Joey, I feel like I know you like 1 degree of separation. Daughter went to Dr. Phillips High School. You're such a legend. You win great. Yeah, go Panthers. And we're also good friends with Ken Gustafson.
Okay.
And Julia.
My musical director and his daughter is in New York City now too.
So what goes on in Vegas does not stay in Vegas.
Right.
And yeah, if there was a category for all-time best on-screen makeover, it's yours. Like Princess Diaries, got nothing on you. Love it. And the Windex conversation, it was a perfect segue because out of all these years that we have things that we say in our house, like, I'm gonna kill you, or, you know, the whole Windex thing. My husband has Roydex because he has his favorite product that he uses on everything. So I'm dying to know, like, out of all these little things, the lump in the head, the bubupsy and the bunt, like all these things that are, like, for all of us, probably things we say all the time. How did you come up with these things? And did anybody else bring their little tidbits to the table?
I honestly, I have to tell you something. My dad used Windex on everything. And my mom is full Greek, but she's Canadian, like born in Canada, full Greek. So having that eye into the nutso way that I was raised, where I really did have an Aunt Bula who has a lump on the back of her neck that she claims is her twin. Like, I really did. So I just took every story that I had growing up and I just shoved it into the first movie.
She has a very loud cousin named Nikki.
I really do.
Very loud.
Yeah. Who, by the way,
hugs and kisses everyone.
yeah, she's from Chicago and she talks like this. And when she found out that Joey was gonna, she sent me a text, and even though it's not a voicemail, it goes like this: "Tell Joey I said hi, and I'm sending him some kisses." Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wrote for my family. Like before the second movie, my cousin in a photo said, "Pull my neck back." And I just went, "Oh my God," and sent it as a voice note to myself.
Can't make these things up.
It really works though, by the way, look, right? It works.
It works.
Thank you. Next question. We got a couple more minutes, guys. And if you're not getting your opportunity to ask questions here, please go visit Nia and Joey. They're right next to each other.
Yeah, we're right next to each other. They listen, it smells like the Mediterranean Sea.
They shouldn't have done that, but they did. They put us right next to each other.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Beth, and I was going to ask if you were thinking about writing My Big Fat Greek Wedding Part 4. It sounds like you are, so I would just like to give my vote yay. I'd love to see Angelo get married, see all the women in the family go absolutely insane trying to plan his wedding.
That's so nice.
Let's do it. Put it out there.
But where would that wedding be?
Yes, in Orlando.
Orlando. I think that'd be great. My big fat gay Greek wedding in Orlando. I love it. At Disney. Hi, what's your name?
James. So, Joey, I wanted to know, first off, what came first, the music or the act? I feel like you answered that question multiple times. So, I now want to know, how hard was it to get away from the stigma of the boy band to really start pursuing acting and comedies and stuff like that?
Yeah, one of the first things literally was, kind of helped, but kind of didn't, of course, because it was on the line. It was me and Lance as far as the first film, or something to do out of just NSYNC as a group. But really, Big Fat Greek Wedding was really one of the major things that helped me as far as being an actor and start doing other things, I think. Especially doing Broadway. Again, back in the day, in high school, I was it's a theater magnet program, so I loved doing the dramatic one-act plays. There were Shakespearean plays that we were doing, and then we would also do a big Broadway musical show at the end of the school year. So it was always in my blood to do just theater. Yeah, it really came hand in hand at the same time, and that's kind of what I fell in love with. But pretty amazing how, from being with NSYNC and then doing, I think, Rent really on Broadway, that kind of happened all around the same time, really weirdly enough. It went from like My Big Fat Greek Wedding to, I think it was like Dance with the Stars, and then, no, even before that, sorry, was with Broadway, and then to do a Dance with the Stars later on, stuff like that. So it kind of went to weird different venues for acting, and then all of a sudden when I did Dance with the Stars, I started hosting things. People saw my actual personality, who I was, as opposed to not just being an actor or just one of those guys that didn't sing. I actually had some sort of a brain and can carry on a conversation, which is good. You can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time, basically, so it was good. But yeah, it's been a great opportunity, so thank you.
All right, we're gonna try to get a couple more of you guys in here.
Hey, what's up, Joey?
What's going on?
So, how was it with Ben Stiller and Ann Stanton during the Super Bowl halftime?
That was so surreal, because we had no idea with that, because we did the Super Bowl in Tampa, actually it was. And it was with, it was with us, Aerosmith, Mary J. Blige, Britney Spears, and Nelly. But the crazy thing was there was a pre-video before that. We had no idea, honestly, really what we were doing. And they were like, well, we're gonna do this thing with a couple different actors, and kind of like a pre-planned thing. They're gonna show it and air it, and you guys are gonna run out on stage for this. We're like, okay. And I'm not kidding, we really didn't know who was doing what. And at 1 minute, Ben Stiller comes out, he's like, all right, I'm like this choreographer thing guy. Then Adam Sandler comes out, and like doing this thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. Chris Rock comes out and does like a little bit. all within like a couple of like literally about an hour or two of the filming. And I was like, this was really freaking cool. Had no idea, but that's what we did. We did like this whole pre-show thing where kind of really funny how it was us and Aerosmith together trying to become one, I guess, or whatever.
I'm sorry, that's my favorite halftime show
Thank
ever.
you.
Like
It's
to
a good
this
time.
day. To this day. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Pam, and I just wanted to thank you as yesterday, listening to my very awkward overshare. And I think it's because us Greek kids, you put on film everything that we felt like growing up, especially as kids that grew up like in the 80s and in a very Greek community, and all of our family was Greek. Everyone our family hung out with was Greek. And I just wanted to thank you for that. And I have a hard time watching the movie now because since my dad passed, it's just kind of like, especially with the music, the Greek music that we all grew up with. So what is your favorite Greek song growing up? And can you sing a line from it?
Oh. Don't put her on the spot or anything.
There's a song that I grew up with. It goes, Aspra kokina kitrina fle, Karavaki stoye, then me penne kale, then me penne kale, opos mera nihta kleo, then me penne kale. And it means, it's about a woman who wants to be taken out to sea, and it's about the colors of the sails.
You really brought me back there. So that's awesome. And una fata, una razza.
That's right. We say for Italians and Greeks, una fata, una razza means one face, one race. Which I believe of all of us.
Yep.
All faces, all genders, everyone is welcome here. All races, all ethnicities.
And I hope you guys are okay. We're going to try to fit everyone's questions, so we're going to be another 2 minutes. If you guys are good with that? Yeah? Okay.
Hi, my name is Kat. Joey, I think I've met your entire family, but except for
I'm sorry.
I was friends with your sister Janine. But
Even worse.
she's amazing. But Mia, I'm a huge musical theater nerd, performer, love it. And one of my favorite movies is Connie and Carla. I love Connie and Carla. I would ask, what was your favorite number that you did from that movie? And also, what are the chances that it could actually be a stage show?
I know, it could
right?
be a
It
stage
should
show.
be a stage show.
I know. Well, Connie and Carla is a musical where we play two women who witness a murder, and so we have to go undercover as drag queens. And my favorite thing to do is anything with Alec Mapa, who played the character in Cream. He was a duo, Peaches and Cream. And he did it with a Filipino accent. He's Filipino, and he would say his character was in Cream, and he'd go, what does that even mean? And I would love it all the time. Well, Alec Mapa would constantly imitate Carol Channing. Okay? And he would do Carol Channing on the toilet doing corn. When did I get corn? Alright? It was just disgusting. So we would be ready, all lined up to go on, and it would be a 5, 6, 7, 8. And he'd go, corn? When did I? And we would all fall down. And he would ruin every take. Yeah. Yep.
And our last question. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Christina, and I wanted to know if you guys have ever been or know of what Tarpon Springs is, and if not, I highly recommend.
Oh my God, I've been to Tarpon Springs. I'm related to every Greek there. We're probably cousins.
My girlfriend went to Tarpon Springs High School.
Me too, that's where I graduated. That's awesome.
So I've been there before, yes.
Yeah, Tarpon Springs has as many Greeks as Athens and Melbourne, Australia.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm going to finish this one with a fun one. So I know you're almost done, I promise. In your character, can you give us some, a one-line dating advice, each of you, for today's time?
Oh, one-line dating advice?
Don't do it.
I was just going to say the same thing. Never, I'll give you the advice that my grandmother told me, and I wrote it into the movie, and it's this. Never, you can let a man kiss you, and you can let a man touch you here, but never, never let him touch you down there, because once he feels it, he wants it.